I am Eli Cohen. I was a spy for Israel.
As families in Israel get ready for happy reunions with the first 20 hostages coming home from Gaza, another reunion may be quietly unfolding. 60 years after his execution, Eli Cohen might finally come home. Not alive, but unforgettable. According to a Saudi state-run news outlet, Al-Hadath, the transfer could occur imminently as part of quiet diplomatic overtures between the two long-time adversaries. While Israeli officials have yet to confirm the development, and Cohen's widow, Nadia, stated that the Mossad appears unaware of any such plans, the news has ignited cautious hope among Cohen's family and sparked widespread speculation about a thawing in regional tensions. Eli Cohen's story reads like a thriller scripted for the espionage history. Born in 1924 in Alexandria, Egypt, to a Jewish family, Cohen emigrated to Israel in 1957 amid rising anti-Semitism in the Arab world. A charismatic linguistics teacher with a knack for languages and accents, he quickly caught the eye of Mossad recruiters. In 1961, at the age of 37, Cohen was tapped for one of the agency's most audacious operations, infiltrating the upper echelons of Syrian society. Posing as Kamel Amin Thaabet, a wealthy Arab businessman returning from Argentina with fabricated tales of exile and fortune, Cohen slipped seamlessly into Damascus high society. His cover was airtight, complete with a fictitious family backstory and even a sham marriage to bolster his image as a devoted family man. Over 4 years, Cohen's ascent was meteoric. He cultivated friendships with Syria's political and military elite, hosting lavish parties at his hillside villa overlooking the Golan Heights, a strategically vital plateau then under Syrian control. It was here, amid champagne toasts and whispered confidences, that Cohen's true genius shone. Befriending then Defense Minister Amin al-Hafiz and other top brass, he gleaned invaluable intelligence on Syrian military deployments, fortifications, and vulnerabilities. One of his most ingenious ploys involved subtly suggesting the planting of eucalyptus trees along Golan artillery positions to provide shade for soldiers in the scorching summers. The Syrians obliged, unwittingly marking their own gun emplacements like neon signs for Israeli forces. This seemingly innocuous advice proved catastrophic for Damascus during the 1967 Six-Day War, when Israeli airstrikes and ground assaults, guided by Cohen's maps, swiftly overran the heights in a matter of hours, reshaping the Middle East's geopolitical map and securing Israel's northern flank. Cohen's betrayal was uncovered in early 1965 through a combination of Syrian counterintelligence and a fatal transmission error. His radio signals were intercepted during a Passover holiday when he transmitted from home without precautions. Arrested, tortured, and subjected to a sham trial, he was convicted of espionage and sentenced to death. On May 18, 1965, Cohen was publicly hanged in Damascus Marjah Square, his final words a defiant broadcast plea for his children's future. Syrian authorities buried him in an unmarked grave, the location of which has remained a state secret, fueling endless appeals from Israeli leaders across administrations. For 6 decades, families like Cohen's have marked anniversaries with vigils, lobbying UN mediators, and even enlisting Russian forces during Syria's civil war to scour potential sites, all to no avail. The prospect of repatriation now feels tantalizingly close, born from a cascade of regional shifts that have upended the old order. Syria's landscape transformed dramatically in late 2024 with the ouster of Bashar al-Assad, paving the way for an interim government more amenable to pragmatic diplomacy. This new leadership, facing economic isolation and reconstruction needs, has signaled openness to confidence-building measures with Israel. The groundwork was laid earlier this year. In May 2025, Israel announced the retrieval of approximately 2,500 documents, photographs, and personal effects from Cohen's Syrian archive, including a poignant handwritten will scrawled hours before his execution and audio recordings of his interrogations. That handover, facilitated through back-channel talks reportedly involving UAE intermediaries, marked the first major concession from Damascus on the Cohen file. In a region still scarred by wars and proxy battles, this unverified but hopeful report underscores the fragile power of diplomacy to unearth the past, potentially paving the way for a future where old graves no longer divide neighbors. As details trickle out, the world watches. Will Eli Cohen finally come home, or will this too slip into the fog of Middle Eastern intrigue? For now, the eucalyptus trees of the Golan stand as silent sentinels to his legacy, whispering of victories won through wit and sacrifice.